Welcome back to OmniFoot TV. This is your host Omar speaking, and today I'm going to preview the Croatia Spain game. And I'm not looking forward to this game at all because both teams have been extremely unconvincing. They've been borderline horrible. Seriously, especially Spain. I have not seen a team play worse football than Spain this Euros. I mean, while organized, I stress that because they are an organized team, but they can't play to save their lives. After watching the first game, part of the second game, I just gave up. I seriously couldn't stand the fact that I sat through those 96 minutes against Sweden. They remained horrible. They did win 5-0 against Slovakia, so that's a huge plus. I assume if Busquets actually plays again, they could do that again. But not against Croatia. I don't see 5 goals going past Croatia. Although Croatia are practically on their last legs. Neither side, just to be fair here, neither side is up to par with sides of the past. Of themselves, I mean. They're just... In regards to Croatia, it's an aging squad of players who used to perform a lot better. In regards to... and I mean that contextually. In regards to Spain, it's an entirely new squad of supposed youngsters and some veterans. And it's just... They're weak. They're extremely weak. They lack bite. They lack efficiency. Or at least they lacked it until they faced Slovakia. All due respect to Slovakia, because I honestly expect them to do a lot better. So that was surprising. Croatia and Spain have actually met 8 times. Croatia have won 3, Spain have won 4, and there's been 1 draw. In regards to the management, Dalic is questionable, as is Enrique. Seriously. Both have been inconsistent. I don't know why. Didn't really expect either. I didn't expect that from either team, to be honest. They don't look motivated. They don't look like they want to play that much. Both teams really lack that killer instinct, that edge. And obviously, Spain don't have it because they have Morata up front, which is still hilarious. The fact that they still play him up front. I expect Gerard Moreno to start the next game. I doubt Luis Enrique will actually start 2 strikers. So I expect Moreno to start. In regards to Croatia, Brozovic, Kovacic, Modric, I think those 3 players are going to play a huge role. I hope so, at least. In regards to my predictions, I can see Spain winning this if they actually play as efficiently as they did against Slovakia. Don't put it past Croatia to steal it, though. So I'm going to go with a Croatia win. My predictions have been wonderful up until this point, though, to be fair. I've made some brilliant predictions. Wonderful outcomes. Wonderful. Okay. Moving on from that point, I would just like to say that... I mean, what more is there to say? The management in this tournament has been odd. And I think odd is just an understatement. I think that's an understatement in general. I had to stop for a second there. Managers like Dalic, Enrique, De Boer, Southgate. Although, I placed De Boer and Southgate on a whole other just thing because they don't match up to anything. Santos and De Boer are out, which to my relief actually made me feel a lot better. I'd like the tournament to actually be won by a team that gives a shit. And these teams don't play like they give a shit. I still have England though. But, I don't want to digress too often. It's just I have questions in regards to the management of these teams in this tournament. I don't think Spain cut it. I don't think Croatia cut it either. And speaking of, managers who I don't think cut it, I don't even think Deschamps cuts it. France have been extremely underwhelming, and they face Switzerland tonight. I can easily predict a French win. I don't want to underestimate Switzerland. But at the same time, you look at the abundance of players that France has, and you think they have to spring up somehow. They didn't even do that well in the group stages. They were horrible. By their standards, they were horrible. They beat Germany via an own goal, for Christ's sake, and couldn't score. You know, if Switzerland are organized enough, if they actually take advantage of certain situations, I think they could steal it. I'm going to predict a French win. Although I don't want it to happen. You know, if it were up to me, it just wouldn't. France and Switzerland have a history, though. They've met like 38 times. France have won 16 times. Switzerland have won 12, and there have been 10 draws. It's kind of discouraging to note, though, that the French are unbeaten against the Swiss in their last 7 encounters. They've not been tactically convincing, though, at all in this tournament. They haven't really lost a competitive game either in a very long time. 2 years, if I'm correct. It's just weird. It's weird. It's just, you've seen teams this season in this tournament that have been organized but have no bite, that haven't been organized and have bite, and that have been organized and have bite. It's weird that I use it that I describe it that way, because the only team that I've seen that has that is Italy. Belgium also qualify. Germany are also organized, but they're just inconsistent. They're organized and they've shown that they have that it factor, but they're inconsistent. The best team in this tournament thus far, the team that I consider to be clutch, and that I see walking away with the tournament, is Italy. But, you know, now they have to face Belgium. I seriously don't want to digress. I keep providing my own retrospect of the tournament in this video because it's seriously been an odd one. And when I look at today's games, I feel more confused trying to predict them than I feel at doing anything else. You look at the numbers on paper. You look at the times they've faced off before. You look at who's had the upper hand, be it in France, Switzerland, or Croatia, Spain, excuse me. And it's like, Spain have won 3 Euros, 64, 08, and 2012. They have a chance to try and go for the tournament again and be the most coveted side to have won it. But they're not all there. You could talk about all these numbers and all these stats all day. But when it comes to the players on the pitch, when it comes to the put up or shut up situation, I think all 4 of these teams are just misfiring. All 4 of them. Croatia have misfired. Spain have misfired. Just Switzerland have misfired, and France have misfired. All 4 of them have been underwhelming, and all 4 of them have been disappointing. And I hope that it's an interesting day again. I hope that we get to see more twists and turns. Because this tournament is obviously themed after the, I'm not going to say underdogs. I mean, one bracket entirely is made of teams that you wouldn't expect to make it to the final. And another bracket is full of much more powerful teams. The teams that traditionally go on to the later stages. And then you have this. Croatia Spain is maybe it's a balanced encounter. France and Switzerland isn't in terms of players, but it is in terms of tactics. It's just weird. It's weird how all this is mapped out. You know, it's weird how all this is mapped out in the sense that we may have players, but we're not organized. Or we have players, but we're not as organized. And gladly enough, I mean, the only teams that didn't make it this far enough are teams that don't have players and aren't organized. Or that don't have players and are organized. And a team that nearly made it through, 2 teams that nearly made it through were Austria and Hungary. You know, I wanted, by through I mean further than expected. You know, Austria did make it further than expected. Fair play to them, but I wanted Hungary as well to get there. And it's just, it goes to show you that the mentality of these players and the managers makes the difference. Deschamps has that mentality. There's no organization behind it. I doubt Dalic has it. I think Enrique has it, but he hasn't been able to communicate it to his players. It's a weird dynamic. You know? As much of a preview as this is also just me providing retrospective. You know, I'm just going to stop the video here. Please let me know what you think in the comments section below if you like or dislike anything I've said, if you disagree or agree. If you'd like to elaborate on any points I've made or elaborate as to why I could be wrong on anything, you know, let there be discourse. The comment section is free for everyone. If you like our content, please like, comment, and subscribe. The links to our social media accounts are in the description below if you'd like to follow us on either one of them. A lot of our viewers are actually not subscribed to the channel, so if you like our content, what are you waiting for? Thank you all once again for tuning in. I thought I'd shoot a dual preview because, you know, I want everything to be up on time. It's not been that easy to keep up with everything. And, you know, I hope you enjoy the overall conversation I tried to instigate or tried to provoke or bring up, because it's been a very interesting thing. And once again, I just want to thank you all for watching, and I hope we enjoy today's games. May the best team win, and, you know, may the means justify the ends for once. Cheers, everyone. Have a good day.